Folks, notorious difficult black guy Dame Dash is going through a crisis right now. Dame Dash was on live yesterday talking yap in his mouth as he always does, and his dentures came flying out of his mouth. I mean, folks, you can't make this stuff up. His teeth came flying out. And that just goes to show the level of poverty this man is going through. You can't even get a properly fitting denture set. I mean, what's really going on here? Now, a lot of people may not know who Dame Dash is, so let me just fill you in. Dame Dash was the guy that was there at the inception of JayZ's rap career. Dame Dash was the guy that was fetching JayZ water bottles when JayZ was stressed out. He was the guy rubbing his shoulders while he was late night in the studio coming up with different lyrics for his songs. So the time JayZ, Dame Dash, and some other guy named Biggs came up with Roc-A-Fella Records. Now, as we all know, JayZ became a massive successful artist. Millions of dollars were made. Merchandise. The brand of Roc-A-Fella Records went through the roof. And so Dame Dash came along for the ride. Now, the problem with Dame Dash is that Dame Dash is a very difficult black guy. Nobody likes difficult black guys. Difficult black guys get sent straight to jail. But Dame Dash thought his little street thug antics were going to work in the corporate world. And I'm going to give you an example. As the years passed by, JayZ started to grow tired of Dame Dash shenanigans talking to these corporate white people. And so JayZ, along with these white folks, started to exclude Dame Dash because he was being very difficult. Now, Dame Dash caught wind of this, and he barged into a meeting with these corporate white executives. And I want you to pay close attention to his behavior, his demeanor, the way he spoke to people, because this wasn't an isolated incident. This was all the time. He was difficult black guy 24/7, non-stop.
Y'all should have called Dame Dash and said, you want the whole thing to hear it? Keep the door open. I don't give a fuck. Y'all should have called Dame Dash, make sure I was privy to it, and make sure I was CC'd or whatever. You don't send an email randomly at 10:30 at night or whatever it is at night, the day we all had awake. That shit don't fly right. That shit is fucked up. And on another level, it's not for y'all to go. Y'all do not control any of my artists. That's why I'm asking questions. Everybody looking dumb in the face. So what was we doing? What was we talking about in terms of Jay? Let me know.
Why don't we just call the meeting?
Why?
Because you know what it's like.
Why?
Damon, no one.
Why? Who cares? Why? We all here. Why now you want to call a meeting?
Because you know what? No one needs to sit here and be.
No one is so to get the fuck out. I don't give a fuck.
Now, folks, pay close attention to the white people in the room. You know, this is very uncomfortable for everybody. There's an angry black guy in the room berating everybody. We don't know what this guy's capable of. He's acting violent, acting erratic. But this is who Dame Dash was. And these people had to sit there and listen. You know, these people were told by JayZ. JayZ was the rapper. JayZ was the face of Roc-A-Fella Records. JayZ was the guy who made Roc-A-Fella Records. If it wasn't for JayZ, you erase JayZ, remove him from the equation, Dame Dash would be a nobody. But he was moving around like he created JayZ.
Y'all want to talk about Jay? If there was an agenda, let's go through it.
No, we're gonna reschedule, man.
What you mean you're gonna reschedule?
We're gonna reschedule, man.
What you mean you're gonna reschedule? You get the fuck out.
Look, we're just gonna reschedule. Why are you gonna reschedule? Because you're being a difficult black guy, Dame Dash. That's why. You're being a difficult black guy, and quite frankly, you're scary. An angry black guy is scary. We're all scared right now. All the white women in the room are terrified. Because there's an angry black guy screaming and yelling. And because you're dressed like a good-for-nothing thug in the corporate world. This doesn't work. It's not going to work out. Folks, this is who Dame Dash was. A difficult person. A difficult person who had a position of power and abused his position of power. So then, of course, when that position was taken away from him, everybody turned their backs on Dame Dash. Cut to today, Dame Dash is poor. Dame Dash has no teeth. Dame Dash is wearing old people teeth, dentures. Ever heard of it? Folks, you need to understand the severity of this situation. When Dame Dash goes to sleep at night, Dame Dash, who once had all the power in the world when it came to the music industry, Dame Dash removes his teeth, places them in a cup on his nightstand, and then he drops a solution pill inside of the cup so it can disinfect his dentures overnight. Take a second to think about that. From one of the most powerful moguls in the rap industry to now getting separated from your teeth every night before you go to sleep. This is what happens when people are difficult. This is what happens when people are black and difficult. This is what happened to Dame Dash. You know, there was another instance where Dame Dash went to a jewelry store in 47th Street in Manhattan. And we know this place is overran by Jewish people. And Dame Dash was also being difficult to the Jewish people in 47th Street. So Dame Dash walks into the jewelry store and he finds something very shocking. It's one of his infamous Roc-A-Fella record chains. And so Dame Dash comes in with his thug persona acting aggressive to Jewish people in 47th Street, asking, why do you guys have this chain? Why do you guys have this piece? Who are you guys going to sell this chain to? Why do you even have it in the first place? And this was just a disaster. It got to the point that the police had to be called because Dame Dash was going to walk out the store with the chain without paying for it. This chain now belongs to the jewelry store. They have possession over the chain. It's theirs now. But Dame Dash walks in. I mean, this is the level of ego this guy was walking around with. He walks into a jewelry store, snatches the chain from the display, says, I'm taking this with me now. You're not going to do anything about it, Jew boy. That's basically what he said. Folks, turns out the guys at the jewelry store didn't want to tell Dame Dash where they got the chain from because it was going to be embarrassing for Dame Dash and it was going to be embarrassing for his artist. Apparently, the chain belonged to rapper Cameron. And Cameron went in and traded in the chain for a new one because Cameron didn't have any money at the time. Cameron was poor. Cameron wasn't getting paid enough. And so here's the Jewish guys now explaining to the now tamed Dame Dash that the rapper Cameron, Dame Dash's artist, has a massive debt with these people and he just left the chain until those debts are solved.
Instead of putting money down, he left that down. I was like, I don't need that. As soon as he would have paid it off, he would have got that back. That was it. He still has a balance with us. I'm saying he's mad because they found out that you got some pieces for free, which was actually not for free. There's a miscommunication over here.
So then by the end of it, Dame had to leave the jewelry store empty-handed, no chain, like a little sad puppy with his tail tucked in between his legs. Cut to today, Dame Dash is on the internet begging people, please, buy Roc-A-Fella records from me, buy my cut, please. Because we just found out Dame Dash owes New York State $8 million in taxes. And it's funny how things work, how God humbles people. Listen to what Dame Dash says in order to sweeten the deal so somebody can get his cut of Roc-A-Fella records off his hands immediately. Listen to this.
As we all know, 1/3 of Roc-A-Fella Inc., which owns Reasonable Doubt, is for sale. And I've gotten a lot of calls, a lot of offers. I don't know if people are hummer stunting, you know, or not. We'll see who shows up. But I definitely got some very healthy offers, and I appreciate those. And, you know, obviously, if someone's trying to hate on the price or trying to devalue it, it would be because they want to buy it, you know, like a first right of refusal. So if you do want to buy 1/3 of Roc-A-Fella Inc., you are going to have to bring some bread. And anything over $10 million, I'm going to sweeten the pot. You get an original Roc-A-Fella chain from off my neck. So, you know, I say, because I was the only one that gave out Roc-A-Fella chains when Roc-A-Fella really existed. If I don't give you the chain, it's not a legit Roc-A-Fella chain. You get one of these, this is legit. This is the old school one from off my neck. You know, like how when I took one off my neck and gave one to Kanye, Cameron, all that. So, again, if you're going to call, please have the intention of spending some real money and actually completing the transaction. But if you come with the right amount of money, you're going to get a chain. Or, you know, at least you'll have to battle with homeboy on the first right of refusal.
Well, the infamous Roc-A-Fella chain is back on sale. Hey, Dame, why don't you go back to 47th Street and ask those Jewish guys if they want to buy the chain back from you this time? How about that, Dame Dash? You know, folks, let this be a lesson to you all. If you're a guy that's an asshole and you've spent your entire life treating everybody like shit, but somehow you became ultra successful, just like Dame Dash, and look, I'm gonna admit it. When I become successful, I'm gonna act just like Dame Dash because why the f not? This is how you're supposed to act. You're supposed to shit on people whenever you get the chance. But keep in mind, when you lose it all, quietly go away and never come back. Nobody needs to hear from you. Nobody wants to hear from the asshole that is now a loser and is broken, is ugly, and has no teeth. Nobody wants to hear you on Instagram Live, yapping your gums, flapping your gums, and your teeth come shooting out of your mouth because they don't fit properly. Quietly go away and never come back. You are now a loser who is poor and has no teeth. Dame Dash, you need to go away. You are a loser who won the lottery 20 years ago because of JayZ and haven't accomplished a single thing since then. We don't need your advice. We don't need your business acumen. We don't need to hear anything from a guy like you. You're a loser.